welcome everyone to the Magnificent Member Sister Spotlight in August of 2024. I am so excited and blessed to have a very special guest with us tonight who has become a dear friend, and she is a lifetime member of I Am Complete Woman Sisterhood, Alida Hernandez. So happy that you are here and thrilled to shine the light on you tonight, sister.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you for having me tonight on this
Thank
Monday
you for
evening on a full moon too.
on the full moon. What a special evening. I'm going to be going on a moonwalk tonight with my husband for the super blue full moon. This is a powerful energy tonight. Maybe that's where everybody is tonight. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Enjoying the full
Could
moon.
be. It could be.
Yeah. So tell us, what made you decide that you wanted to become part of the sisterhood? I know you came to one circle and you're like, oh, I'm really liking the vibe. Or tell us, like, how was it for you after you attended your very first circle? I'm just curious. Do you remember?
It was comforting. It was comforting to be amongst women of all different ages, all different sizes, right? All different backgrounds, and we all got along. We had a commonality, right? We had something in common, and that was brought us together. So it really helped me like open up more and have more. Now I have more women friends now
Mm.
that I didn't have before, for whatever reasons and stuff in life, that I didn't have that many girlfriends. But I find a different, how would I say, a different connection. It was a different connection with all the ladies, and it was great to be amongst women that are not judgmental. You don't start talking about something and they're like, oh, you should have done this, and that. It's not that kind of environment. So because of that, you don't have that defense. You're not right away being defensive. So, you feel more open to talk to the ladies, and it really helps because you need to have somebody to talk to when you're going through things in life, relationships, children, whatever it is, work, changes in your life that are a little overwhelming and you need some help from others.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
powerful. Thank you for sharing that. That's something that we really work hard at here in the sisterhood, is to create that sacred, safe space for women where we can just come with whatever we have, right? We can bring it all, the honest, real, true, genuine, authentic selves that we are, with the good, bad, and the ugly, with all of it, right? And there's so much unconditional love and no judgment. And we know we live in a very judgmental world, don't we?
Yeah.
And I call this our pink love bubble of safety, right? Where when you step into this bubble, whether it's a local in-person circle or a virtual online circle, there's something special about coming into the circle. We don't allow gossip and backstabbing and this cattiness. We just see you as a beautiful woman. And like you said, all different backgrounds, sizes, ages, cultures, right? We're all different. We all have different experiences, and we all bring something to the table. Every woman has wisdom in the system,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah, that is so true.
I love watching the growth that has happened in the women, and your growth, Alida. You have opened up so much, especially since you joined our programs. You've been coming to the circles, and we were in 2 group programs together before. The sister, we call it Mentoring with Heart Sister Mind, and now we're in a program called Happy Healthy Healing Sisterhood Journey, a 6-month program that's really focused on building emotional resilience and creating a happier, healthier life for ourselves, and seeing the beautiful friendships and sisterhood connection that has developed, right, is so special. um and I see some women are logging in here. I see Carol Ann is here. Welcome. And
Hi,
Nina,
Carolyn.
hello, glad you're
Hi,
here.
Wendy. Who else
You
is on?
tag your friends and sisters and women in your life that you know that could use some positive encouragement and loving support, because I think we all need that, especially these days.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So what would you say? I'm going to ask you a couple questions about the sisterhood. And then, of course, I want you to share, when we get a couple more women on, I want you to share about your journey. What would you say you love most about the sisterhood, or what really speaks to you, or called to you?
Um, I mean, it was a little of what I spoke about, but I think it's more of, again, it's having a group of women that are there to support you. It's like you have a support group. So a lot of times there are different support groups out there, right? But this is a support group that really holds you. Like you come in and you can be crying or whatever, or you're having a moment or something. And if you ask for help, they're there to help you. So that's something that you can't just go anywhere to get that. Even with family, sometimes it's easier with somebody from the outside to help you more than when the inside.
Yeah, I think you hit
Uh,
on something really important there. We love our family, of course, and sometimes it's nice to have an outside objective perspective, somebody that's not subjective, right? That's not
right,
involved in our personal life, who can
right.
see things we can't see. And sometimes family is super, super involved in what's going on. So I love what you shared about having that kind of support system, a different kind of support system, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it's a different kind because it's that unbiased, right? So you have somebody that can see you neutral
yeah.
and listen to you, and they're not there to fix you or do anything like that, but they're there to hold space for you. To see, I need to vent. I need to talk. Okay, go ahead, blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I got it out. I cried, or if I needed to cry, I cried. If I needed to laugh, I laughed. But you can express your emotions without fear of somebody telling you that's not right.
Mm, thank you for sharing that. That is so powerful. I know most of us are uncomfortable sharing like that, even with some close friends, or, and family, because they can be very judgmental and they will
Mm.
try to give us advice and fix us and all of that kind of stuff and tell us what to do or what we're doing wrong, right?
Right.
So nice to have this place where you can just lean in and be held, whether it's on the phone, virtually, in person, held emotionally, like you said, and somebody just there to hold space for you and actually listen to you without an agenda, right?
Exactly.
Just listening to you because they
Mhm.
care. I love that. Um, and I see Carol is here, going to try tomorrow. Oh, Tracy Cousins is here. Awesome. Welcome,
Hi,
Tracy.
Tracy.
Glad you're here. So while I have a couple of the sisters on who are officially members, go ahead and tag other members or women in your life that you know. And if you would share something positive that you love about Alida Hernandez, something amazing that you see in this woman here, because she is definitely an amazing woman. She wears a lot of hats. Let me tell you, I've gotten to know Alida. You're a mother.
There's
You're
never a dull moment in my house, that's for
Oh
sure.
my, you're a mother, you've got pets galore, you are taking care of your elders, you have a spouse, you have children, you have a business, you are running podcasts and shows, and you're a speaker, and you just do so many different things, right? And you are really and you have a story, which we'll get to definitely. So stay with us, ladies. You've got a really powerful story, which I don't think a lot of the women in the group may know your story. And I'd love for you to share, kind of the story of a little bit of what you went through and what led you to where you are now, kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Tracy Cousins says she is a very strong woman, very resilient. Yes, yes, yes. I totally agree with you, Tracy. Awesome. I think you're an empowering woman. You inspire others, Alida, with your heart and your wisdom and your message and your determination. You inspire me, with all the things that you're able to do and take care of so many other people. You're such a giver. You care so much about your family and other people, and your heart is just huge. And that's one of the things I really love about you.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. Wendy says, I love her smiling disposition and it's always there to love and support the sisters unconditionally. I love that. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing that. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and dive a little bit into your story now. Tell us, um, as much or as little as you want, we'll kind of just do a brief story here
Mhm.
of where you were and what led you to where you are now.
I guess making the short version, right?
Yeah, we'll do the
Um,
short version. Yeah.
the last 7 years, 7.5 years have been a path. Before that, there's a lot of things happen in my life, but the last 7 years since I got ill, so that was a turning point in my life. When I had the stroke in 2017, I was very fortunate, very lucky, very blessed to be able to still be here and not have anything, severity that nothing could be, that I couldn't be healed. And I had determination to be healed because the first thing I said, I have to see my children. So just knowing that I had the will to live and to go through a change in my life, I had to change my mental habits to be able to see food differently, to see my life differently, to be able to eat healthier, to really um, love myself, love my body. So before meeting you, Sherry and Sharonada and everything, I think I was in the journey of fixing the outside, but I wasn't fixing the inside. So as when I met the ladies in the sisterhood, that gave me kind of the final piece of I have to now take care of myself, take care of my heart. And, it wasn't just the way I look, it's what's inside. And that's what made the difference of completing the circle of the health that I say is body, mind, soul, and spirit. You have to do all four because we're an energy force and we need to heal all parts of us.
Mm,
If one's out of balance, we're not okay. And I'm still learning. I'm still going through my things and like that, but at least now I have a foundation. So when I'm going through some rough things that I went through the last couple of months, just rough in general changes and health and family things, I got stuck a little bit, but I had a foundation to know, hold on, something's not right. It's time to call somebody. It's time to call a buddy. It's time to call a sister. It's time to reach out and say, hey, I need some help. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like what's happening. So at
mm,
least now I'm aware of my mind, my state, the state of being.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Alida. You've come a long way since I've known you in the short amount of time that I've known you. And I know based on, what you've shared with me and some of the sisters in our group, you've grown immensely. And I love what you shared about how before you got involved with the sisterhood, you were working on your health and more of the outside. And when you started connecting with the sisterhood and really getting involved in our programs and our circles and membership, you started working more on the inside. And what you shared, I just wanted to piggyback off of that. You shared about fixing. One of the things that I believe is that none of us needs to be fixed. And none of us are broken, even though we may feel like we're broken and we feel like we need to be fixed. I know I felt that way many years ago when I had my breakdown about 15 years ago, that I was broken, I needed to be fixed. And one of the things that I learned from a very powerful mentor is that we just need to be healed, and
Mm,
you are healing. And healing, I want to add to your four things. You said mind, body, spirit, soul, which are all so important. And I like to add the fifth, which is heart. Mind, body,
mm,
spirit, soul, and heart. And the heart is the foundation. Like you said, the self love piece.
right.
The self love piece makes all the difference. And it
Yes.
shows in you because you really are much more self-aware and really choosing to put you, even though we know you've got a lot on your plate and you're putting you're taking care of your family and you have a lot of responsibility, you're also remembering and realizing how important you are in this whole equation, right? Because without you being taken care of, you can't take care of your family,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So that's like the missing piece for so many people. right? We
Yeah.
give and we give and we give. I always
Mm.
say we give and we give and we give and we give from the cup, right?
Right.
Till the cup is empty. And we really can't give from an empty cup. We want to give from the overflow. So we want to give
Right.
and give and give and give here first to ourselves,
Right.
and then give from the overflow. It's such a sweet way. And believe me, I've learned the hard way through my breakdown and burnout and all of that stuff.
Oh,
Um, I see that Kelly is here. Hello,
hey,
Kelly. Glad you
Kelly.
made it. Um, yeah, so anybody else that jumps on, please tag your friends or fellow sisters so they can find us and let us know what you love about your sister Alida. Um, so you were talking about how you had a lot of health challenges and you had a stroke and you had to literally, get your life on track. That's
Yeah.
a huge wake-up call.
Yeah.
And like I love how you said that it became a blessing for you, right? That negative experience, which most people say, why did this happen to me? We can turn it around and say, why did this happen for me? Right. And it happened for you to teach you something, and you were able to turn your life around in a very positive way because it happened.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you
Yes.
wouldn't be on this path today if that had not happened. So we're not happy that you had the stroke, of course. And the fact that you had that stroke, it gave you a new lease on life, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And it gave me inspired now to, continue like on the podcast to tell my experience and help other people when they're stuck. And if I get stuck, I reach out and go, hey, I need help too. I'm stuck. So
Right. Love it.
the stroke was an awakening. I had kind of a vision when I was dreaming, and the dream woke me up.
Mm,
And in my dream, it said, Miss Hernandez, you just had a stroke. Like the doctor walked into the room in my dream and said, Miss Hernandez, you just had a stroke. And I opened my eyes.
wow.
And I was like, did I have a stroke? Did I have a heart attack? Like I was so kind of confused and realizing I couldn't move on my left side. I was stuck. I couldn't move at all. But for some reason, you're not connected. Your brain is not functioning right. So I kind of like, I'll just try to get up to go to the bathroom and realize I couldn't walk. I just collapsed. And that's when I realized it. And I still didn't figure it out. It took me like a couple of days, I think, to really realize what happened.
Wow.
But it gives you for me it was a chance in life because I know I wasn't taking care of myself correctly, and certain my lifestyle was causing me to be where I was at, because nothing happens by chance. When you have something health wise that happens to you, is because it's your responsibility. It's your body, so you feed it correctly or not. So when you don't feed it correctly, things happen to you. And that was a sign, and that was just a small sign to say, for me it was like, get your life in order, right? And let's change perspective and what's more important in life. And that really, and it gave me a lot of determination. I've been thinking about it now because people ask me about it, and I really didn't really study too much about all the things I've gone through, physical pain after the stroke for 2 years, and constant therapy and acupuncture, and doing, herbs, and trying to go the holistic way, which I did, everything natural. And I receive all this healing from all of it.
Amazing. Amazing. You are really an inspiration to so many people. Because, of course, our society, people always want to look for the quick, easy fix, right?
Mm,
And we go towards typically traditional medicine, and we're not knocking traditional medicine. And I just love that you went the holistic route. We're very into natural holistic healing and health and wellness and well-being in the sisterhood. And we all go through different health challenges at some point, right?
right.
And there are answers when you are diligent enough to seek them. And I do believe that we are all the creators of our lives, and it's about choices, right? And like you
Mm,
said, it's a lifestyle. It's not just, oh, let me go on this diet, or let me take this pill, or let me do,
right now.
it's a whole, it's an entire way of being, and an
Yes.
entire transformation in the way you choose to live your life. And that's what we do here in the sisterhood. That's the journey many of us are on here, is making our lives the best that they can be. And that's the journey that you're on, and you share that, and I love that. Kelly says, I'm so grateful to have gotten to know you better while being accountability partners. You, my friend, are the real deal. You have a heart of gold. I love you, girl. Alida Hernandez, you have grown so much since we met, and the sky is the limit. Love
Thank
it,
you, girl.
Kelly.
Mwah. Love you, girl.
Awesome. So much love here.
Don't make me
Um,
cry.
you two were partners in the Mentoring with Heart Sister Mind group program, and I'm completely
Correct.
Sisterhood.
Correct.
And
And she gifted me an avocado tree, and
yes,
it's about 3 times the size already.
wow, that's amazing. I
I,
love that.
I sent her pictures.
That's so beautiful. I love how the women in this sisterhood support each other genuinely. You know, it's so real. How would you speak to that kind of support? I mean, it's hard for some people to understand. I think it's different than your traditional type of girl friendships, what we have here in the sisterhood. But I'd love to hear from you, you know, based on your experience, how it's been. And again, you've been a member less than 2 years, and you already have some really beautiful friendships that you've developed and created, and you're still creating at this
Oh
point.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm friends with Tracy Robinson. She actually came and helped me pack when I was moving from Boca and
Mm,
helped me organize and she's already come and visited here. Sharonada's been up to the house.
awesome.
So it's been amazing. And I guess the difference is because all the women are genuine and are real, you learn that it's like you know that they're real. It's not like you're gonna go into, say, in the old time you go to a club or something, right? And there's a whole bunch of people and you're having a networking event in a club, people are drinking and whatever, not drinking. It's a different environment of people. But because you know the sisterhood has everybody understands you have a heart of gold. And I think every woman there has worked hard, has gone through many things, and we've all gone through very similar things. It, like I said, it doesn't matter where you come from, where you were born, what city, what state, where your parents were from. We all go through very similar things in life. And as women, we have certain challenges that only we can understand. And when you have when you know you have women there that are so strong that they support you and they don't, like I said, don't judge you. You just feel that love. You feel that love, it's just, I don't know how else to say it. You just feel the love, and it's really the love you get in your heart. And I know that I would have to look back at old videos. I know I've changed, but I don't see it as much as other people see it. So it's hard. I'm trying to learn how to see that.
Mm,
Um, I've know I've gotten more patient and I think about things differently. My mind, I just think of things differently. I have more love in my heart because I love myself more now. Once you love yourself, your heart is like overflowing. So now you have love for everybody else. But when you're struggling with yourself, you can't love anybody. You can't have a relationship with anybody, not opposite sex or same sex, whatever. You can't have a romantic relationship or just a platonic relationship because you're all messed up. And I know I've been there. I've been there in the past, just, that I wasn't right with myself and I would blame other people. And then I realized, what am I doing? Like now I understand it. What am I talking about? So and so did this. Who cares? You're responsible for your happiness.
yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I've learned from this group and with Sherry. Sherry, you're amazing. You give and give and give, and you look amazing all the time. I don't know how you do it. And I know you go through your things too, but it's the love you have and what you've gone through yourself in your life. You've given yourself so much love now that you're able to give so many other people. And all the ladies in the group really appreciate you. A lot of them I've seen how they've opened up. So I've seen the difference. I've seen how other people have grown too, how
Mm,
more people speak that didn't like to speak before, and they really open up. And we share some deep, dark secrets. These things are personal, and it's in a group in a safe environment. And for you to feel comfortable to do that, it's a big thing. It's
Yeah.
taken me all my life. I'm going to be 60 years old,
Wow.
and it's taken me all this life to learn these things now. I just rekindled, I just spoke to a friend of mine that I went to high school with. I haven't seen her in what, 40, 41 years. And we just talked the other day. It was so nice. It was so nice. But now it's like I can give that love like I couldn't reach out to people. I didn't have enough to give to even
Mm,
reach out.
that's
So,
beautiful. Wow. I just
hmm.
I love seeing your growth, and I've seen a lot of it. And it's interesting what you said. I think we as women have a really hard time seeing our growth, seeing our own growth. We can so clearly see it in each other, right? You see it in your sisters. They see it in you. And I was just having this conversation with another fellow sister recently saying, yeah, I have a hard time seeing my own growth, right? And I also had a very hard time seeing my own growth until people pointed it out to me who knew me and who journeyed with me. I've been on this journey about 15 years, and there are some women in this sisterhood that I have known for 12, 13, or 14 years, women that have known me a decade, or we're getting ready to celebrate our 10-year anniversary with I Am Complete Woman Sisterhood, and there are women that have been here from the beginning, and we've all grown, and we all see each other's transformation and growth in each other so clearly, right?
Mhm.
And I would love for the women that are live right now or watching the replay to put in the chat, what growth or transformation have you seen in your sister Alida since you met her? And I know that the women that have been in our group programs with you really have gotten to know you the most, right? And our group
Right,
programs are small. We keep them small and intimate for a reason. I like the
right.
intimacy and that sacred, safe container where people feel like they can trust, and I work really hard to create that kind of energy and environment of love and support. And I see a lot of closeness
Mhm.
amongst you and the women that have been in these group programs together with us. We really are, we feel safe enough to share our deep, dark secrets, right? But there's never any pressure to do so. We do whatever
Correct,
feels comfortable. And we know that we're not judged and we're loved and supported no matter what we say
correct,
or do,
correct.
right?
Hmm.
Kelly says, yes, girl, you know your value. And she says, this community is like no other. I'm grateful to have found it. There's nothing like unconditional love and feminine connections. I love it, Kelly. Thank you for sharing that.
Hmm.
Yeah, you all make this sisterhood incredible. And I feel so blessed and honored and grateful that I get to bring together such amazing women, right? Like we said, from all walks of life, all ages,
Yep.
all sizes, all cultures, different backgrounds. And we're all bringing something different to share and to learn from. Because I truly believe that every single woman on this earth has wisdom. All people have wisdom, whether we know it or not. And I love when we can shine the light on each other. And really, we are mirrors for each other, right? When you see something amazing in someone else, it's typically a reflection of you, although you may not realize it's you. Look at this
Mm-hmm.
woman or this sister and you say, wow, she's amazing. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's got it all together. She's healthy. She's vibrant. And really, if you would just take that mirror and flip it back around and hold it to your face and realize that you are that you see in others, right? Um,
It's always hard to, I think that's the hardest thing, is to accept that. And that's
mm,
because of the critical things you've gone through in your life, of the critics out there that have put you down, and you've started to believe the toxic stuff that comes at you. You're not worth it, you're not pretty, you're not this, just many things like that. And I know it's in my head from the past. And
right.
now I'm finally opening up to accepting compliments and accepting things that I've done. And then finally I look in the mirror and I go, you are wonderful. You're gonna be wonderful today. And you gotta celebrate you. So put those little sticky notes out there, and put that there. I am wonderful today. I am great. I'm intelligent, and I can do it today. And you will believe it. Sometimes, I mean, it's rough. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not an easy path. But once you make that decision, to be great and to understand that you are already great. You just didn't realize it.
Ah, oh, that's such great words of wisdom, Alida. I love that. And I love what you shared about the inner critic that we have, which is some people call it the monkey mind, the ego. I call the inner mean girl, the voice in your head, that negative Nelly that puts you down, that says you're not good enough, you can't do this, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not whatever enough, right? Most times it comes from our childhood and things we heard or saw from others.
Mhm.
And that becomes the voice in our own head. And it's learning how to deal with that inner critic and not let that inner critic take over,
Yeah.
and know that that's not the truth of who we really are. We learn here in the sisterhood how to tap into our inner wisdom, which doesn't live in the mind. That's where the inner critic lives. The inner wisdom lives in our heart and our gut. And she knows how amazing we truly are. And she wants what's best for us, right? And it's just a matter of surrounding yourself with the right people that remind you of that, that
Yeah,
you're,
exactly.
you're in the right space, right? When you start to question yourself and you go, well, am I really good enough? Or can I really do this? And your sister's right there going, yes, you can. I believe in you. You're awesome. You go, girl. You got this. Then it's like, oh, yeah, okay, I can. Right.
Yep, exactly. That's like my grandmother and my mother used to say, you are who or you are your, what is it? The people who you're with.
You are who you spend time with. I mean,
Fine with.
yeah,
Right, exactly. So it's very, they always tell you, always used to tell me you have to choose your friends. And I never understood that. What did they mean by that?
right.
Choose my friends wisely. And I've learned as an adult, I've had to, you do the dump, right, on your phone when you get rid of phone numbers you don't need. The same thing you have to do with people you know in your life. Because sometimes they don't suit you anymore in your point in your life right now. And you realize, that person's really not helping me move forward or is not really helping me, is not positive and things like that. And I think that's the hardest thing that people are afraid to let go of the custom, right? The old friends. Oh, but she's my friend for 40 years.
Right.
Yeah, but she's not helping you.
Right, right. Thank you for sharing that. How many of us have people in our lives that we've been afraid to let go of, that we know are not supportive, or they're not really helping us move forward, or as we grow, and we know this in the sisterhood, as we grow and evolve, some people are not growing and evolving, and it's not a matter of judging them. It's just a matter of them understanding your path and being supportive of your path. And sometimes we do outgrow people, right? Some people are meant, as they say, to stay with you for the long term, and some people are meant to stay with you for a season.
Mm-hmm.
And we can learn from those people, and we don't want to be surrounded by the negative Nellies that are going to take us down. We want to be surrounded by the people that are going to lift us up and encourage us and cheer us on, right? And
Exactly.
pull us up when we're down. That's who we want to be hanging out with.
I
uh,
want to say my shirt shows all my sisters. See, have all the ladies, different ladies.
I love it, I love it. She's got the sisterhood shirt
I got
on.
the sister, I got all the girls with me.
That's so cute. Thank you for sharing that. Connie's here. Hey, Connie, glad you're
Hey,
here, sister.
Connie.
She says you're so inspiring. And Kelly says, when in doubt, call Kelly. When in doubt, call Kelly. Alida, her. Oh, cute, cute,
I'm
cute.
gonna put a bumper sticker. When in doubt, call Kelly. 1-800 Kelly, though.
Kelly's awesome. Every single woman in this sisterhood is amazing. I could sit here and talk for at least an hour about every woman in the sisterhood and say something positive, because I've known these women for a long time.
Yep.
And you're all amazing. So every single one of them could be a magnificent member easily. And not everybody wants to be up here, in an interview, on a Facebook Live. It takes courage. And not everyone's comfortable with that. So I know you're used to you're a podcaster, and you're always interviewing others. And um it's it's definitely an honor to have you and to feature you as our magnificent member, and shine the light on you, because you are truly a magnificent woman. Just looking at Kelly's comment, I don't believe people are disposable, to just let them go. Everyone goes through different things in different seasons or seas. Love them from a distance. Yes, yes, yes,
Right.
absolutely, of course. We're not just throwing them in the trash.
Yeah, no, no. I'm
Yeah,
just
no.
saying that sometimes, you have that relationship. You can have a close relationship with someone. You
Yes,
realize things are not flowing right.
yes. Agreed.
One thing I want to say that with the sisterhood too is, as women, we have that other sense, that other intuition, and that's one thing that a lot of us women don't kind of tune into that
Mhm.
because we're afraid to like, what is that? That little like something's you shouldn't go there, and you know it, and you still go, and something happens, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, that's your
Um,
inner wisdom, and most of us don't know how to tap into the inner wisdom. And it reminds me of our conversation that we had on our Facebook Live last week and on our circle last Thursday. We were talking about the feminine energy and the masculine
right,
energy. A lot of us are living in our masculine energy. Everybody's got both. It doesn't mean you're manly if you have masculine energy. It's the masculine energy is in the head, living in your mind, and the feminine energy comes from the body and the heart. And the masculine is the structured and the getting stuff done, which we need. And the feminine is really the intuition, the creativity, the inner knowing, following your gut, like you said, right? And trusting that. Because the logical part of your brain is the masculine was like, no, you
right.
shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. And your gut knows it's a feeling, like you said, that inner knowing, right?
And since I've been a techie, like I studied technology since
Yeah.
I was young, I've always been analytical. So I've
Mm,
been in that manly, state of everything analytical, the computers, programming computers, you can do it a certain way. And I've always felt very like blocked because I like to be very creative. I like to be, creative. Like, but usually I have my hair all different colors, and you know what I mean.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it just I like to be me. And I felt like I've always been trapped in this little box for so many years of doing that, and only the probably last 15 years of my life have I been coming into my own and being more creative and still using technology, but just differently, you
I
know.
love that. Yeah, you
So
really mirrored the two beautifully with your creative side and your logical brain, your computer tech side, which is so amazing, and your creative, your style. I love whenever I see you in person, you got these fun, cute, adorable shoes that you jazzed up, with little rhinestones, and you have that fun,
Mhm.
creative, artsy side of you, right? So you've mirrored the masculine and the feminine energy so beautifully. Sue says hi, Sue Warren, and Kathleen
So,
says hi, and Ikania says hi. Awesome. Glad you're here. Thank you, sisters.
yeah, thanks,
Oh,
sisters.
yeah. So we're going to get ready to wrap up. So, what would you say to someone that is not a member of the sisterhood if they're watching right now? Um, why would they want to join this sisterhood? And, what's the benefit for somebody? That is,
I say we can never have enough love, that's for sure. And joining this group, you have so much abundance of love that all that overflow is going to fill your heart, and then you're going to be in love with yourself again. I
mm,
think that's the biggest thing. You need to fall in love with yourself again. So if you're not in love with yourself right now, you have to come into the sisterhood so you can do that all over again. It's like that rekindle that love that you had with yourself.
rekindle the love, reignite your spark. I love it.
Yeah,
And some
yeah.
of us think we love ourselves. So I just want to make a note of that. I thought many, many years ago when people asked me about loving yourself and self-love, I was like, yeah, I love myself. Sure. And the more deep work that I did, and I studied self-love in depth for a year in an intensive training program, I learned that I actually didn't love myself and I wasn't even in tune with what self love really was or what that looked like because there's so many parts of self love.
Mm,
So, self love includes self empowerment, self expression, self care, self forgiveness. I mean, there's just so many different areas of self love. And most of us think, oh, yeah, I love myself. And we're not talking about a narcissistic, conceited, I think I'm all that kind of self love.
Yeah, no.
Talking about a true, genuine, beautiful feeling of knowing and realizing that you are love and that you are worthy and deserving of love always, no matter what, from yourself and others, and treating yourself accordingly, right? Choosing to treat yourself with the love and kindness and compassion and respect that you actually deserve. And when you do that, then other people know how to treat you, right? When we don't treat
Exactly.
ourselves well, we show other people how to treat us.
Exactly. And you said it, I mean, you said it beautifully. It's true. It's about having respect. You have to have respect for yourself. And a lot of women out there, especially you women, when I was very young, I went through some domestic violence. And and when you go through something like that, I was young, I was 21 years old. It leaves you so confused because you have love and then you have this bad thing going on with you and it really messes with your mind. So if you're out there feeling that, how can anybody love you? Trust me, you have love in your heart, and there's a whole bunch of women out here that will love you unconditionally and to help you learn how to love yourself again,
Mm.
because you're worth it. So for all those women out there suffering, through any kind of domestic violence or alcoholism or even drug addiction, there's always a way out. I've been through many things. People won't believe it, and I've talked about it. I've had my journey with drugs, and I've had different things happen to me. And I'm still here to tell you that it's possible, that
Mm.
your mind can heal, then your body can heal, and you can do it. So,
You really are an inspiration to
thank
me
you.
and to so many others. Like you said, you have worked really hard to heal your mind, your body, and your heart, right? You all of it, your mind, body, spirit, heart, and soul. And now you're a light and a force to share with so many other people in the world. And I just love that. And I feel really honored and blessed that I got to have you to feature you and shine the light on you tonight as our magnificent member. Um, Kelly,
Thank you, Sherry.
oh, thank you. Kelly says, I say, why not join the community? What do you have to lose? Try something new and allow yourself the chance to grow and get out of your comfort zone by meeting new, wonderful, amazing, heart-centered people. It is a sisterhood like no other, truly. Aw, thank you, Kelly.
Yes.
Love you, sister. And I'm just looking at the comments here. Um, and Kelly also said, a lot of times when you're in survival mode, you're in your masculine energy. That's just how it is. Yes, yes, yes.
Right, you become that logical, so you don't want to, you're trying to be logical and do things and not feel.
That's
You
right.
turn off the
That's
emotion.
that's
And
a whole nother conversation.
as a whole not, I know, but
And
it's
many people in this world are living in survival mode. We're going to be talking a lot more about that in
yeah.
Happy Healthy Healing group next month. Sue says, love that. Sweet to hear. It's reflecting on all of us here. Self-empowerment, self-respect. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Well, how can people find out more about you?
Mhm.
Is there anything you want to share? Let us know where you're up to.
Well, I have my podcast on Tuesdays. Most people know Rebooted Mindset, where I
Rebooted
talk
Mindset. And
Rebooted
where do they
Mindset,
find you?
and that is it's Rebooted Mindset 555. So you can find it on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media.
Somebody put that in the chat for me. Rebooted Mindset
Mindset 555.
555, and you can find it all over social media.
Correct. And it's
Awesome.
on all podcast platforms. So that's on Tuesdays. Wednesday, I have my Spanglish Cafe podcast where we interview Spanish artists around the world.
Nice.
And then on Thursdays, we do our freestyle showcase where we interview freestyle artists from the 80s and 90s and some new artists that are coming up now. And we spotlight their music careers and what they're doing in the community. And we're all about entertainment and supporting the artists out there, being that I come from a family of pianists and my husband's a salsa singer. So,
Multi-talented for
yep,
sure.
yep.
Thank you, Ikania. Rebooted Mindset
Set 555.
555.
Right.
Awesome.
And
Well,
then
check
then
it
the
out.
other page is Spanglish Entertainment, and that is
English Entertainment.
Spanglish Entertainment on YouTube and on Facebook, TikTok, all the social media. You'll see all our programs that are happening during the week and who we're interviewing, and they'll see our new magazines coming out shortly, so you'll see all that stuff too.
You got a lot going on, sister.
I'll be
Amazing.
working late tonight.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight and to share your wisdom and share from your heart. And again, thank you for being part of this magnificent member sister spotlight. We're so grateful and blessed to have you as a lifetime member in the sisterhood. And
Thank you,
we're always
Sherry.
learning and growing together, aren't we?
Yep. Thank you, Sherry. I love you.